Read the disclaimer. Hello everyone and welcome to the Week in Review, where we recap the previous week and anything extra. Alright, so I seem to be doing the trend of every start of the month now for summer. I somehow get sick. Epic. I'm a little bit better actually today. Was really bad before. In the meantime, the topics are going to be obviously the Hasbro custom line. They actually are doing exclusives, which is pretty cool. You managed to place an order on some of them. I'll go over the details and everything. This was, I believe, teased for like fall or whatever. I think it was like at Comic-Con or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes distribution goes crazy. Hoping to get them the following week. So in like 2 weeks maybe. Because anyways, all this coming week's going to be all that Shark and Samurai. So obviously a quick little update on Mall of Bays. So we will be getting our shipment on Monday. So similar to July, they just decided to short stock us. So what that basically means is that, so obviously we buy from our supplier that's in Japan, but there's obviously a top priority towards people within the Asia region because that's the target audience. So sometimes they will take a lot from whatever my shipment is. So sometimes I might get a fourth of my shipment, a half of my shipment, or nothing. Well, nothing hasn't happened, but at least half. So for Samurai Caliber, unfortunately, it was funny because I actually had a dream about this where I guess, I don't know, crazy premonition. I got like nothing out of it. I got like half of a case. Half of a case is basically 24, which is unfortunate. So I did give the option to some customers, which we did reach out to, that I will be able to restock them, even if I have to go out of my way, whatever, to take a little bit of a lost import, another one again with duties and everything, or just a full refund there. But I think there's like one shark set left. Afterwards, if I see there's a lot of demand, I'll try to maybe get more of the shark stuff, whatever. Usually how we work is we just do once per month and we move forward, just because since we're online and we're not like a physical store, there's less attention after the initial wave of orders. But yeah, it is what it is. Canada Post seems to still be working. Oh, I also want to mention this too, really important before we get into it. For whatever reason, Shopify has done this thing where I don't approve of it, but I don't know how to check it. They basically would give like an AI estimated date of arrival, and that's false because it doesn't work like that. So for whatever reason, if you ever place an order through us and they say, oh, estimated by this date, no, that's not how it works. If you're based in the US, it's usually 1 to 2 weeks, and then after, it depends on your customs and all that stuff. Yeah, but don't believe Shopify for that. I have to mention that. I think we put a policy update on there because I don't know why Shopify likes to integrate like stupid AI shit on guessing. I made sure I even had it checked off, but whatever. Anyways, what I've been up to this week, so pretty cool. Been a lot more frequent to the gym and a lot more at a better intensity. I don't know what you call this type of way, a barbell, right? Before, I could do like, I think 30, which is basically, I guess, the equivalent if you're doing like a barbell, like what, 2 15s? And I was able to do 40, and for the longest time, you know, I would struggle with even trying to curl like 20, but eventually I've been able to now have like a proper stance when I do it, not like lifting myself up on whatever, like just standing still, up and down, keeping that motion. Like not 100% perfect, maybe like we're talking 80% if I'm going to be a harsh critique, but that's pretty good. So what's funny, what happened was, bro, I should have picked like upper body in that set. I can't do upper and lower body because I literally like the following day, bro, dead. I was like super sore, and it's bad too because when the weather changes too, I get like nerfed quite a bit. So yeah, that was kind of funny. But yeah, gym is pretty good, so that's fine. You think Canada to MI wouldn't take forever? Yeah, it's Canada Post, whatever. I think we might have an option for UPS or whatever. Someone can tell me if it's on there or not, or I'll enable UPS. I don't mind whatever, because whatever the rates they charge, I think it's similar to Canada Post. Yeah, but someone tell me afterwards so I can see if that's enabled. Yeah, Canada Post, because it goes to there to USPS. So USPS is like the basic shipping service. I know UPS is a little different, so yeah, we try to do our best to ship right away. Like, we're getting our shipment, I think, Monday, But to prepare all the packages, that's like Tuesday, and make sure everything's like shipped out Wednesday. That's typically how it goes, because we need time to prepare, make sure everything's right, whatever. But I usually try to say it depends on the rates and whatever. Sometimes it might be FedEx, sometimes it might be UPS, because I've been trying out Ship Savvy, which is basically just, if you want like a TLDR, that's basically like literally, it's like a warehouse, and they just drop it off to the specific services. So sometimes I might get lucky on certain rates, but not all the time, because with how Beyblades are and everything, and the estimation, it's not always accurate. Yeah, but other stuff for the updates. I was supposed to do the Valkyrie Combo video, because I think I had some of it edited, so I guess I'll talk about it a little bit here. And we did the Brave New World 2-pack review, so check out those videos. I might put the 2-pack in the thumbnail for that one. But for the Valkyrie video and whatever, and something important to talk about, which I think I talked about probably last week. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just on the rates, whatever, just to do. And Can't Move Post is already going through a lot of shit. But we always try to see alternatives just in case. But I have no control over the customs. The Valkyrie lock chip, by the way. Does the barbell say fit for less? That's the gym. That's the gym boss. That's the gym there. The Valkyrie lock chip, I honestly just don't like it. I'm going to do more of an in-depth video eventually, which will probably be maybe sometime after all the coverage and everything, but I feel the issue with the Valkyrie lock chip is that because CX is already so top-heavy, and maybe 450 and UF changes it, but you just tip over way too easily. Like, even for defense, maybe marginally slightly better, but I'm not too sure it's going to be that useful. So yeah, I mean, Volt and the Valkyrie chip, again, I'll always mention this, do not do the fear of missing out the FOMO. You do not need to spend like, I think it's like around 400 CAD or something, maybe like 350 CAD, but plus shipping, then after plus duties, well, I don't know how it works in the US, but for Canada, yeah, it's a pretty penny. The Hulk 2-pack stuff, which I did a video on, this is the only other way to have 2 Tyrannos technically in deck, because the TRX one doesn't count officially by legality, which is very sad. But Hulk is kind of comparable to Tyranno. It's not perfect because they hollowed it, so it's a little easier to lift up. But yeah, I mean, you know, the rush bits, but then after, you don't really get like crazy parts on it. It was whatever. But if you want to see the video of me going over it, check it out. So shoutouts to Volnut from the WBO. I'll be kind of going over their notes, but this is obviously the release weekend of Shark and Samurai Caliber. And this is really, really exciting. I'm obviously going to probably do the Shark video first, and then after Samurai, because Samurai had no interest in literal sales, and then after also in the general people that have talked about it, which I don't blame anyone, because, listen, Shark is probably the more exciting one, and if you're going to be investing in an expensive set, it's going to be the Shark set. But just some of the notes that Vol has, which I'm going to read off here, then I'll go back to my station. It can escape the pocket, it can smack pretty good, and UF has a weird exit angle at high RPM. So that's going to be a little bit interesting to see when I try it out. I guess it means kind of like how sometimes Unite will change its trajectory and slap into the pocket, so that's going to be pretty fun to see. The merge bit I'm really curious on, because we do actually have some more info on the merge bit, which I will talk about very quickly here. The merge bit, which is going to be crazy to try out in the video eventually when I have it in hand. This is 4 millimeters taller than that of a regular bit, so that's like twice disc wall. So I'm very curious, you know, are they trying to, and I don't like referencing Metal Fight like that because there is a lot of context, and I don't know if it's one for one, but, you know, like a Flame 230 CS, and to my memory, right, because I don't have the post to read off of, I do believe it's supposed to be like a super, super tall build that's supposed to, like, just handle a lot of these top-tier attackers. I do think Wheel is probably going to be really good for something like that, just because Wheel is plastic, so it sponges, so if you know, like, Silver Wolf, it's kind of a similar idea. Find funny the merge is just about as tall as UF and 4. That is pretty funny. I think people are just, well, I mean, contextually, we do have to see, right? And I do think, yeah, being tall is a little bit sus, but also we'll have to see. Don't tell our Beyblades suffer a lot from tilt. Well, it depends, right? It depends. Like, I don't know what would be the right, would it be like Wizard Rod? Yeah, someone just said this, perfect, yeah. Like a Wizard Rod 980 merge? Would this be like a Pegasus Blast on wheel with like what, like 980 or 5, whatever, like maybe M85 even. That might burst, but you know what I mean. That would be pretty interesting. Some of the other notes and whatever I think Vol said was, I guess Caliber seems to be tanking quite a bit, so I'm assuming probably Caliber will be defense. They like 450. Fits good on the base. And then after just the weights, like Shark's average is basically Tyranno beat, which is really good. Roar Tyranno seems about just the average we've seen, you know, that 35, some of them kind of peak at 36. And Caliber seems to be like high 35 to then after 36. So Caliber, for that weight, I'm a little surprised, to be honest. Craziest thing is they probably had the tools to make smaller and shorter. I don't know. I think it's something along the lines of maybe how they design it. Maybe that's the reason. Hasbro released another dual pack. Yeah. Oh, this one is true. And I did forget to talk about this, but I don't care. Not about what you said, just about the Hasbro stuff. Yeah, they're doing a Transformers one, and then after, was it like Bumblebee and like a Chewbacca and a Storm? I don't care. Like, I already got some of them, and I might even return whatever I got, because, I don't know. A lot of these collab 2-packs are like, dude, they cost like 34 CAD, plus tax and everything on top, and it depends where you get from, because if you get from Toys R Us, you're going to get ripped off, because the prices or whatever. I know a lot of Toys R Us are just closing, but they have terrible pricing, but I don't know. A lot of these collab stuff have just been like fucking garbage. Like, I'm sorry. They need to put better parts in it for that price tag. Like, just spam Rush or Low Rush or whatever. Like, I don't know. But that's actually a good segue because we get to talk about Hasbro again. So, this actually comes from a store in Ottawa, which is, what is, I'm going to mispronounce the name by accident. Danny Rion. Whatever, it's a store in Ottawa, whatever. They just got it, so I'm like, okay, GG's. Yeah, but Fox Brush, going to be a CX starter. Fox Brush, obviously. Really only good, I guess, for the Jaggy Assist Blade. Like, the Brush Blade is just kind of mid. It's kind of just like meh. It's meh for attack. Any Fox fans? I don't know. It's. I guess that's the only way to get Jaggy. Now, we do get some other stuff, which is going to be kind of the main topic here, which is pretty cool. Check this out. It is Wiggle Crack. Terrible name. Wiggle Kraken. 385 orbs. So, Hasbro is actually taking advantage of doing more exclusive stuff. Though, on these ones, I do want to preface by saying, so it's basically the same thing as the original CX. So the Kraken is the same thing as Arc, but they just changed the plastic. Now, while I think that's, I guess, okay, it feels really weird. I feel I would have liked it a little bit more if they actually changed the metal, because all of the exclusive stuff does modify it quite a bit. I don't want to... It kind of feels like... I think it's cool that we're getting a lot of these motifs, whatever. Probably stuff that TT wouldn't do. I would have liked it a little bit more. Like, I don't know, some unique shape or design. Because I would have been okay with that. Just the plastic is probably going to be like... They're going to be so comparable to each other. Which, anyways, like, even if you're into competitive, like, unless this is like a second Pegasus Blast, I doubt anyone's going to care. But... this one's probably really cool, but I don't like the color scheme. Like, I like the pink parts. I think that's really cool. 385 is a waste. 385 feels like a budget ratchet every time we get it, or like 455. Orb is whatever. I like the pink parts. I think this has, what is this? Slash? Yeah, that's a very weird choice. But yeah, this is a nice choice. I wonder if they swapped around some of the parts on the base, because you'll see after, but this one's really cool. This is Antler Stag, 260 high needle. Terrible parts. This one probably is my favorite one out of all of them, though. Looks very cool. It is kind of troll, because on the box, they make it look a lot more pinker, but then after it's like this weird purple color, so they kind of cower it out at the end of it, I guess. Sometimes they'll do like pink recolors, but then, I don't know, they just give up on it. This one is probably the best one, Fort Hornet. This comes with 7/16 taper. Now, if you want to be like pure competitive, Fox is only good for the Jaggy. This has pretty much nothing. Antler, unfortunately, well, I mean, I don't. It's really weird because this is an Echo, by the way. I don't know if I said this already. A Flame Cerberus. So, Flame is already kind of hollow and mid. So, I mean, with wheel, maybe it's slightly better, but otherwise, I don't really care for it. This one's based on Reaper, Hell's Reaper, whatever, Reaper Incendio. I don't expect this to somehow save Reaper or anything, but I do like that 760. So that's going to be probably a good reason to purchase. And some of the Raptor choices. What is this? Bumper, right? right? And then after, what is this, round? It feels really weird, right? Because I would think we'd have seen this far later, but we're technically getting the Flame main blade far before they actually did Flame Cerberus, so it feels really awkward. I find it funny because the pink slash looks like Hasbro take it from the core. Yeah. There's the Jaggy assist blade, so definitely. Oh, I am supposed to shit. I just realized I'm supposed to get my pink assist blade Jaggy thing, but dude, I did like the cheapest one. I did tracked packet or whatever, or not tracked packet, whatever's the tier below EMS, and I actually forgot. Oh my god. I think they say 12, it's usually like 2 weeks anyways from when they say, because, I don't know, it just takes longer. What service did I use for this anyways? Yeah, registered small packet. Yeah, I mean, dude, like $30 versus 12 bucks. I'm spending 12 bucks on shipping. I wish we had like DHL or UPS on it. Yeah, bro, the thing's like says since like 7/27, it left Tokyo, so I don't know where that shit is. Same thing with Gil before Shelter. This is true. This is true. Can't wait to make, yeah, Fortnite. Because you can do like the fourth main blade and then after the night chip whenever they do it. So that's going to be very funny. False color advertising. True! At least we have a Slash that's going to be harder to break. Well, I don't think Slash is that hard to break. I mean, they get stress marks, but the only thing I think is really bad is the purple wheel. They're not bad, I just seen it stress really easily, and I don't know if it snaps quicker. Yeah, a lot of these do remind me a lot of Burst Era, though I do wish we had more of those unique shapes. Yeah, this one's also true, but this one I didn't see any pics of, so I'm not too sure if they're just selling something separate or actually TT. But on their site too, thank you for saying this, they did report a Lance Knight 360 low flat for a booster and Wizard Arrow 480 orb, which I think those are from the deck sets, right? Wizard Arrow orb? Right? I don't know. I mean, the Lance thing doesn't sound bad. I have to make sure I'm double-clicking on this, so that way you can see the comment. But those are kind of weird choices. Like, I mean, 360 low flats, still not a bad part selection choice that we kind of got there. So, you know, I'm kind of okay with that, I would say. Yeah, but some of these choices are weird. Wiggle means to avoid, so it makes sense what they advertise stamina types as doing. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, I guess. Some of these choices, I assume probably most of these things are probably motifs we're not going to see, because I assume they do at least plan at least like half a year in advance. I would assume probably these are things that would never see the light of day, because I will quickly mention this, but I do assume a lot of this this content just gets repurposed far later on for whatever promotion. Like, we're getting like Tackle Goat probably later this year. And Hover Wyvern we get news next month, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, next month in September. So a lot of these things just kind of get repurposed for products. And in a way, it kind of does make sense. Like, even though I would have liked pure exclusive content for DT, you know, why are you going to make the effort if you already have content that you just did? But yeah, I mean, this is all pretty exciting. Whenever I get it, I'll probably do just a big video covering all the four. I think that makes the most sense. Again, this comes from a store in Ottawa, which I've already put the source on the image there if you ever want to pause. And just, I'll make sure to link in the description, actually. Support Canadian sellers. Yeah, but I mean, aside from that, we'll kind of just go into more of a general discussion, since I usually just try to go on for a little bit. I don't want to yap on too long, so we'll get on whatever other topics of discussion there is. Thoughts on TT putting Hover in their new stadium? I don't know if they're going to put Hover or Tackle Goat, because it's BX. If they put Hover, that would be 10 times more value than Tackle Goats, but I would assume we would probably get, like, shittier ones. We need more UX Echoes. I don't even think we have one. I don't even think Hover counts. Like, it looks like Wizard Arrow from the top view, but it's so different. Yeah, not sure if Hover will be on this set. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, but I mean, isn't Wyvern supposed to be in a random select? No, that's just speculation. We don't know yet. I mean, would it be? Probably. Is it confirmed? No. So I'm not too sure. I would assume, like I said, the stadium set would have the base. I'll pull up the images. The stadium would have like the basic line because it's BX. That also makes me question, like, what would constitute a... No, because that has UX bays or CX. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, if it's a basic line, it would be a basic line Beyblade. Yeah, because we had UX04, the stadium sets, and that wasn't, like, called, like, the BX stadium. Yeah. So the marketing would make sense, only BX. This one, I think... Do I have a PNG of this? No, it's the release schedule. There's a random select in October, and I believe there's also the stadium set. I don't know what else. I think it's just those two, actually. Every time I say this, I forget to pull up the image on my phone. Okay, well, I'm going to go do that now. Yeah, but I mean, that would be for those two. In terms of schedule onwards, I'm going to be taking it easy, just because I'm pretty much almost like at 100% and not sick now. So I'm probably just going to chill for the rest of the week and prepare for a lot of that stuff. I love to see a Strikehawk and Stonemont as a dual pack. To be honest, I would take this over the Lance or the Arrow 2-pack thing. Like, that makes more sense to sell. I don't know. I didn't think about that from a TT perspective. Yeah, you got to think about, if you're going to be creating assets, you got to repurpose them later. So that's why you just see a lot of the stuff in promotion whenever. Do you know what the original base is for the new Transformers? I think it's supposed to be a Knight Shield and a Viper Tail. I wonder if Antler Sag TT will release in the original color or brown/white. That would be pretty cool to actually see. I would assume you'll probably see this in a couple of months. I also meant to grab this from my phone real quickly. I will go over the schedule. I don't know why every time I say this, I forget to fucking pull up the image on the stream. I don't know. I like to make my life harder like that, I guess. Okay, one sec. I'll read off this again. Where did I put it? Okay, here we go. So the release schedule onwards, which this might change, whatever. There's supposed to be a BX-47 launcher. I think it was supposed to be a left launcher, but I don't remember confirmation. BX Stadium set and a UX Random Select. Is your Pegasus Blast jumpy? If you mean the stock combo, probably, because it's a high center of gravity. November is a CX booster, and then after a CX deck set. I would actually be very intrigued if any of these new CX exclusives that Hasbro has, if they put it in just filler content. I wouldn't really be against it, to be honest. I would have taken that over, like, the Hell's Brave. I'm going to be just going over one last thing, then after I'll read any other stuff in the chat. Oh, also, I guess I'll say, actually, do I still have it? Yeah, I think we still have a donation goal of Super Chats. I always forget to mention it. God damn it. Okay, what's going to be really weird is going to be the coming 11th of August, because that's going to be when we're going to get the news on the Soul Bay that I already reported on, which I might do a video. I just don't know what's the priority, what's going to make more sense. I might do the news video on the Monday, and then after the Shark video on the Wednesday, and then Samurai on the Friday. I'm still trying to think of the logistics, like, if we get a lot of news, maybe I'll do a short video. If we don't get much, I probably won't, but I do want to balance it out. I don't know. I'll see. I'll be honest, like, I think the priority is going to be the Shark stuff, because I could just do a quick stream, like, on the following day over the news, which is probably what I'll actually do. I think that'll be something that I'll probably look into. I don't know, I'll see, because how YouTube works, they give me analytics on what's the best time, so it's either I have to do like 8 or 9 and just really push for it, or then after I just do like 9 a.m. in the morning, which I think is a nice time. But it depends, because it's like the summertime now, so I think I can get away with either. I just want to make sure the reviews do good. I mean, I launched the Fox review like super late, and that didn't do that bad, so I don't know. Very excited for the Soul, but yeah, I'm very curious to see. I know we got pictures from the Korean safety check websites, but I'm curious to see what else we get. If we just get the Soul Bay, I think that'll be fine, but it's going to be a very dry news. Since the Double Extreme Stadium has said at a BX Bay, it being a BX release, it would make more sense. Yeah, exactly this. This is what I would say as well. I think a Valkyrie should be coming with rubber... What's... Rubber what? September has a CX starter, right? Yeah, September is going to be the Soul Beyblade. That's going to be the Soul release. About the left launcher, do you think we're finally getting a left hold launcher? Probably not. I don't think it would be. It's probably going to be another left winder. Maybe even a left string. That's why I'm also very, like... If it is a left launcher, I don't know. I have to check on the pricing for the thing. Because it's a BX, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it costs the same amount as those regular launchers or whatever. I have to double check to be sure. Okay, I can do the math. No, these are not pricey, I don't think. I'm pretty sure this is the same bulb. Wait, okay, I have to divide this by 24. Hold on. No, these are super cheap. This is going to be like one of those like tiny left launchers. or some shit like that. I wouldn't expect anything. If it's a left launcher, actually, even I don't know. If it's a left launcher, I think it would have to be... I don't know, actually. Like, then it doesn't make any sense to release a launcher with no left Beyblade for that month. Because if it's a random select, that's why I'm trying to think. If it's a random select, maybe it's not hover. Because hover is right spin. And they could throw hover in like the CX customized set. And they could, but what would you do? It would be a U left spin motif, or would it be like absorb dragoon or something like that? I don't know, actually. What's the difference from the original grip? The hold launcher, it's just a fused launcher grip thing. But you I'm still waiting for my Cobalt. Cobalt. Oh shit, yeah. No, I don't think we're getting Cobalt, sorry. I don't know, maybe if they were going to do Cobalt, maybe they could throw it in that big expensive CX set. That's the only way I could see it. I don't think they would do it on the Stadium set. I mean, they could, but it'd be like a dick move to do that, so I don't know if I'd see that. How much do you think scale and its pieces are going to be adopted in the competitive scene? Yeah, everything would probably get used. I mean, Shark already looks pretty good, has a low center of gravity, obviously speculating. 450, it's a low height ratchet. Even if there's only one right now, people will spam it. And under flat, yeah, I just assume people will use that quite a bit. Is the stock of Shark going to be super good? I don't know, but you could just do like 760 or something. But yeah, I would assume these parts would get used quite a bit. Caliber, I don't know. Caliber is going to have to fight for its life to prove its relevancy. Will there be something after CX? We only find that out... When do we get the news updates? I did February and then after July, right? Yeah. So we'd only find out by February, and by then it would be probably far too late. The only reason why we found about CX was because they accidentally fucked up and put it in the app, and then after people data mined it. So, what if the random select is dual? No, they would not do dual spin. Dual spin would have to be something for December. Too bad they're out of stock on the Hasbro. Yeah, I mean, I assume the moment someone saw it, they would probably go crazy on it. Hasbro released Impact and the Stadium set for... Yeah, Hasbro did the Stadium set Impact Drake. Hopefully they reprint or do something on... Like, even that, like, you know, we got, like, Yell Kong as a reprint. I'd be okay with them reprinting, like, Impact Drake again, but as a boost. No, they would never do that. They would do a starter. But I wouldn't be against it. I'll take it over weird filler stuff. Which, by the way, if it is true, the Lance and the Arrow thing... I remember a long time ago when we were at the New York Toy Fair and we were talking to them. Hasbro has like this like catalog or whatever that they can choose from. So I assume obviously like the rights to get whatever the bay is. So the older something is, the easier it is for them to buy so they can repurpose it. That's why you don't see a lot of new stuff on a lot of these Hasbro things. And that's why you see still like a lot of weird Season 1 stuff. Like Drawn Sword, the exact same one, no difference at all. What was the other one? Hell's Chain again. Like, if this was Metal Fight era, they do, like, cool recolors, but I guess really it's just, like, prioritizing just easy profit. Do you know when the new Arrow Pegasus would be obtainable? Not yet, but probably going to be, like, Cobalt Drake Silver, probably November, and then after December you can, like, redeem it, or, like, it'll get there. Hopefully Arrow doesn't suffer too much. Yeah, I'll go over the plans one last time before we wrap up, and a huge thank you to everyone who supported the stream and checked out. So this week, just to go over, I'm probably going to get that Shark video. Well, actually, it depends when my shipment comes, so I don't want to, count my eggs before they hatch. So if I were to get my Shark stuff on the Monday night, you'll probably see the Shark video. If I don't, for whatever reason, then I'll do the news video and then the Shark video the following day, or something like that. If I do get the Shark stuff, then I'll probably do a live stream on Tuesday morning. I don't know what time works, probably like 9 or 10 a.m., whatever's like that golden sweet spot. And we'll just go over all the Soul stuff with like the HD images or some shit like that. And then after, I'll get like the Samurai Caliber video like that Wednesday or Thursday. I'll see what works and make a lot of sense. Because I mean, these streams, I think, have a good flow to them. And even though they don't have like, the crazy editing, the motion graphics or whatever that I put in the thing, like, I think they both serve a good purpose. If you order from Mall of Bays, we're getting Samurai Caliber on... we're getting everything on Monday, but to prepare everything, probably like Tuesday or Wednesday we'll ship it out, and we'll see whatever options are available. Yes, and also if you make sure, just in case for anyone who ordered Samurai Caliber, if you get a message from us, and I'll double check to make sure I'll send the following message, but I am going to be restocking on Caliber, even though I'm going to be losing a little bit just because of duties to import again, because we got short stocked. But you have the option of just waiting an extra week and we'll ship it out to you. Depends on EMS and Canada Post or whatever. Or you just, you can get refunded, but only on the specific people that I mentioned. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't like Caliber now. Give me back my money. Not like that. And the shark stuff, I think we should have one more left. I think, I don't know. Maybe sure? I think on the store it should say one more left. So, yeah, aside from that, I have to make sure we're on here. So, yeah, huge thank you to all the support on a lovely, lovely Saturday. I don't want to waste any more time. Is all of your incoming stock accounted for in pre-order, or will you have stock available? So, wait, I have to make sure. Is this on me now? So, basically what happened, I said this at the start, so I'll go over it. So I don't know what I'm getting until like the week of. So I always make sure, even if I order 2 boxes, like 2 cases, I only make sure the first box is accounted for, just in case like what happened with like Cerberus and Pegasus Blast. I didn't get those 2 boxes. I only got like not even 1 full, and then after, oh no, the other one I think I did get. No, the other one I think I only got 1. For Caliber, they only gave me like half a box. For the shark stuff, we are getting a confirmed 2 boxes, so that's why, or 2 cases, whatever, so that's why you'll see a restock on the shark stuff. If I restock again afterwards, just depends on whatever, so I'm always transparent, whatever, so I don't do the thing where, like, IOUs, whatever, I give the options. Yeah, so I mean, thank you obviously all the support to Mala Bays and everything, or even the channel watching the stream. So I want to say thank you all for watching, everyone. Please have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, and take care, and bye.